Lawrence, good to have you. How are you?
Thank you, Jim Rome. Appreciate you having me on. First-time caller, long-time listener.
Good to have you, Lawrence. What's up?
So we got this clown named Jim Harbaugh embarrassing the entire state of Michigan, and it is just teeing me off.
How so?
He takes a group of football players from the state of Michigan, which I love. I grew up in Canton, not far from Ann Arbor. Takes them to France, doesn't prepare them mentally to deal with walking on the beaches of Normandy, and just parades around like some gallivant, dishonoring their memory.
So do you think this is the right guy to figure it all out? I mean, it's only year 5. Don't you think you should give him some time?
No more time. Time to pay the due. You failed, sir. Failure. I smell it. You reek of failure. I see it in your face. You're weak.
Lawrence, I thought this guy was the ultimate Michigan man, right?
He was, but I guess he lost his heart along the way and became someone else and lost who he was.
So would you like to see him get fired? What if he beats Ohio State? Would you feel better about him then?
If he bought me a beer, maybe.
Okay, Lawrence, thank you very much. You're a bit odd. Anyway, if you want to talk Michigan football, we can do that. Yeah, they beat down Rutgers, but that's what he does. That's what Harbaugh does. He beats down teams that he's expected to beat down, but never anybody that he's not. We know his record against his rivals. We know his record against Ohio State. They should not be having these issues in year 5. It's not like this guy came in, inherited somebody else's recruits, and the cupboard was bare. Year 5. They go into Wisconsin. It was a significant test, and they got jacked the hell up, beaten down. This was a guy who was not only going to win a national championship and restore them to previous glory, but rip off multiple national championships. The ultimate Michigan man who could stay there as long as he wanted. That's obviously not the case. Not if you ask that guy. Whoever that was. That's somebody who is from nearby Ann Arbor who's had enough. He can smell failure.
It's lit!
It's writ! Mike D from 3. That didn't take long. Can we just ban callers named Lawrence going forward? Who, you mean Parody Lawrence? And that guy Lawrence? Lawrence from Michigan? What? What was wrong with Lawrence from Michigan?
Failure. I smell it. You reek of failure. I see it in your face. You're weak.
Johnny, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Although Johnny in Detroit can't figure it out. He tweets, what the hell is going on? Hey, John, I'll tell you what's going on. Lawrence from Michigan is calling. And he's pissed.
Hey, John.
And he hates Jim Harbaugh. You know why he hates Jim Harbaugh? Because he smells weakness. It's in his face.
No more time. Time to pay the due. Failure. I smell it. You reek of failure. I see it in your face. You're weak.
He reeks of failure. He's talking about Jim Harbaugh. He reeks of failure, although I don't know what failure smells like. But apparently Lawrence in Michigan can see it in Harbaugh's face.
Failure. I smell it.
It's failure, Michigan man. Hey, Wolverine fan, you know what that is? That's failure. It reeks. And Lawrence in Michigan can see it in his face.
Time to pay the due.
Did you see what hey, Michigan man, did you see what Ohio State just did to Nebraska? I know Nebraska has been disappointing, but did you see what they just did to them? Is there any way that Harbaugh survives another beatdown from Ohio State? Not according to Lawrence in Michigan. Mike in Toledo tweets, Lawrence might be the best caller from Michigan. Hey, Josh, how's that taste?
Just teeing me off.
He might be the best caller from Michigan. How's that taste, Josh in Detroit?
Tell me how my ass tastes.
Just teeing me off.
Ike is going to have a heart attack running these Lawrence tweets and emails in. Hello, Mr. President. Looking old. Johnny in Texas tweets, Hawk and Alvy must be really generous today. Lawrence should have gotten run. What a loser. He was. I just thought that the guy, I felt him. I felt his passion. I felt his energy. I thought that he was different. I thought he was kind of a unique caller. I wanted to engage him a little bit, and I'm glad I did. But then he got run.
He was, but I guess he lost his heart along the way and became someone else and lost who he was.
Everybody wants to know, what happened to Jim Harbaugh? Why can't he get this thing turned around? There's your answer. He lost his heart along the way, and he forgot who he was.
He became someone else and lost who he was.
Jamie in Green Bay tweets, Rack Lawrence. I haven't heard fire takes like that on this show before. No use trying to follow that. Don't keep calling, weaklings. That guy did have fire takes, man. Get off his back. Have a take, don't suck. That's all I read. That's all I ever say. Have a take, don't suck. Lawrence had fire takes.
Failure. I smell it. You reek of failure. I see it in your face. You're weak.
Hell yeah, Lawrence. My man, I have an offer for you. One more phone call like that. If you can run back something similar to that, I've got a golden ticket right here in my hand for you, bro. I've got a golden ticket right here in my hand. All you have to do is roll up on me and snatch it. It's right there for you, Lawrence. Well, you want to jump into this too, huh, Hawk? Van Sizzle. What the hell just happened? Did Lawrence from Michigan invoke the greatest generation? Please put a block on that kook. Andy from Denver. War taking John Elway to the glue factory. Why would I put a block on a guy who I just dangled a golden ticket for? Dear Jim, come on, Alvy. Lawrence from Ann Arbor was jittery, nervous, and boring. Why didn't you run that clown? Do your job. Signed, that dude you ran yesterday prematurely.
You
Kevin,
failed, sir.
in Castro Valley. You failed, sir.
You failed, sir.
You know how good a call that is? I'm still going on about it when I've got a Hall of Famer coming up next. Jerry Rice. But Jerry would understand. If Jerry had to wait a minute or two more, he would understand it was because of Lawrence from Michigan.
No more time. Time to pay the due.
Because Lawrence smells failure.